Good evening and welcome to the cafe. Aloha. It's so good to see everybody here. Hello. Thank you for coming out. Thank you so much. And I really have to, and I've got my beer out for my toast for our wonderful host, Baki, for putting up with us and setting up the air because it's nice and cold in here and everything. Sinead O'Connor, welcome my friends. It's great to see everybody here. I'm so thrilled. I honestly am, because when I was here hosting a mini feature night, this woman comes by. I don't know this place, and I'm like, well, it's mini feature night. You can have up to 10 minutes. Well, I don't have anything, but I said, well, you can go on up. And she goes from memory and reads off 8-9 minutes of our feature this evening. Ashley S.C. Walls, give it up for Ashley. I'm so thrilled to have her here tonight, but I figured I should talk about a few things first. The first is this purple bag, which I've got like tons of bills in my purse, and I'm going to throw this off to you first. This is a precious bag that is going to give her rent for the next few months because we all just have so much money to give her, right? Exactly. Because she's worth it. That's what blew my mind, because I was like, she came here, I don't have anything. And she just comes from memory and does all this phenomenal stuff. And I'm like, you are blowing my mind. She's so worth it. So, yeah, go start just taking my bills out of my wallet. Go ahead. Yeah. Anybody, go ahead. No.
The crappy bills, right?
The high ones, the hundreds, because I've got 4 or 5 of them in there. What? Exactly. But anyway, the other thing that I'd want to, pass that bag around, pass it to those boys, somebody in the middle, pass it around at the end, pass it over and make sure everybody sees it. The other thing I should say is I also happen to be the editor of 2 literary magazines at Scars Publications, http://scars.tv. If you ever emailed me, it'd be cafe@scars.tv. The 2 magazines are one is called Down in the Dirt, and the new issue just came out of that one. And it also came out as an ISSN book, Catch Fire in the Treetops, which sounds awesome for this temperate rainforest cover in Washington State. I might read a few really short pieces from other people in that one, but the older magazine that I have is cc&d magazine, and this is volume 223, the August issue. I really like the cover, I'm sorry, because the person that happened to do the cover of this with the globe hanging off of a crane is actually sitting right over there. It's John Yatko, and I was like, this is awesome, give it to me, I want to sample this because it's a really, really cool cover. So I was going to read one poem of mine that was in this, and then I was going to read a few others. There's a party going on over there. There's a party going on over there. So this has poetry and prose in it, but I'm going to read one poem of mine, which I have no idea what anybody will think of this. This is a poem called Aim Carefully. And if I had 3 5s and 4 singles, how much would I have total? Sorry, I'm very
32 minutes.
32 minutes? That's how much money I have, 32 minutes? Oh, yeah.
Listen about trains going from LA to California and New York.
This is a piece that is strange for me to read. This one is called Aim Carefully. As the bullets flew through the air, I listened to the warring. When you think about it, the bullets begin to sound like popping popcorn. And when it sounds like the popcorn is almost done and they hear just a few pops, then that's when it's safe to move. I've been through this too many times. It's been too many years. It has become second nature. After so many years of putting the 9mm to the line of people, after so many years of pulling the trigger, of knowing the base of the neck was the best place, of knowing how they fell into the ditch. 1, 2, 3. It became like a ticking clock through the years. Tick, tock. And all this time, my only thought, every time, was aim carefully. not usually my style. Now, as I wanted to do is pull out a bunch of really short pieces out of this. I thought I'd read a few. And this first one, because I'm going to read all of the short ones, this one is by Be Rad. That's what he be. I be Rad. No. This one is called There's Always Something. I've learned that in every life a little rain must fall. And so I've built a lifeboat to float upon the flood. Yet, if one day some clement sun drifts by to dry away our tears, well then, poised like Noah at salvation's doorstep, my profoundest fears drowning in the mud. Thanks. Thank you, Roger. Thank you. This one is by Andy Roberts. Thank you, Andy Roberts. This one is called Neighbor Boys. The neighbor boys are up on the roof again, loaded, shooting guns at the moon, chugging Bud Light, getting silly on nitrous, daring the sheriff to send up a flare. They pulled up the rope ladder, cranked up the hip-hop, got a pit bull, barbed wire perimeter, broken bottles, crushed glass. They're calling down dark stars to jack up the menace, dance with the devil, and touch his rough tongue. Big fun on the rooftop at night, neighbor boys howling, shooting down starlight, signaling the mothership in. Thank you. Thank you, Andy Roberts. Thank you. This one's an interesting one. This one's called At the Gate by Lawrence Gladeview. To and from work, I pass an abortion clinic. No matter the weather or day of the week, a protester stands at the gate. It reminds me of the tomb of the unknown soldier. I wonder if, when changing of the guards occurs, anyone even notices. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you. As I said, I'm looking for short. All right, I got two more in cc&d, and then I'll leave it. Because there are long ones in here, too. This one is by Kelley Jean White MD, and this one's called Waveform. So many things I cannot name. A walker, just a shape in the distance. Some factory of dread I do not recognize out past the rocks. I figure it is about a mile between birds dead in the sand. If another one falls, I'll have to recalculate. I think I see a boat, a sail, a helicopter on the horizon. Father, I miss you. Thank you. I tried to sound respectfully quiet because that was a nice quiet piece. Thank you, Kelley. I'll do one more, just because it's funny. This one is by Chris Butler, and it's called I'm Retarded. I'm retarded, but I'm just as smart as you think that you are. So tell me I'm special, and I'll oblige your mind. Thank you, Chris. I'm going to come back and read something from Down in the Dirt, but first I am going to ask that man sitting right in front of me if he would read a poem out of cc&d magazine. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for John Yako. Yeah! I'll get my stuff out of your way.
Get your stuff out of my way. Read the poem.
Shushi.
So she came up here, she read a bunch of poems by other people, so I'm going to read a poem by Janet. This one's called Frozen Together. So I'm sitting here at the corner stool of a bar no one ever goes to, holding my scotch on the rocks. It's scotch for now. Anything to numb the pain. So I swirl my drink clockwise in my hand, watch the liquor swirling around, watch the ice cubes spinning in circles, and try to get you out of my head. Because when you came in like Like something that you can't escape, like that beat from a dance bar that's stuck in your head that makes you want to move together in time, or like your eyes, the color of sky? Or was it the ocean that I could drown in? Like the bright sunlight just after dawn, seeping past the window blinds, forcing me to attention to respond to you. Like the bright sunlight seeping its way past the window shades in this bar as I swirl the ice in my glass, now frozen together, a disc swirling clockwise because the scotch is gone. It's gone, like you, but I can't get you out of my head, so this time, maybe I'll have Jack.
I was unprepared for that. Thank you so very much. Thank you, that was awesome. Is there anybody that would like to read anything? Give them one last. All right. That means we're going to have to read stuff from Down in the Dirt. I'm going to read 3 pieces from Down in the Dirt, and then I'm going to close it out with a song. And then everybody can go grab another drink because it's so awesome here. Down in the Dirt magazine used to be a spin-off of cc&d magazine in like '94, and they have a different format of, they'll just have poems and prose interwoven throughout the entire thing. And the thing that blows my mind about this first short poem, because I'm trying to find timeliners, this poem happens to appear before a comic book about, the comic book is by Victor Fan, about the banquet, about how they kill somebody and eat all their parts. And so this is first, and this is the poem that appears right in front of this comic book thing, talking about eating somebody. That was the, you'd think I planned it, I swear I didn't, but you'd think it was. This was called Hiding in the Shadows by Matthew Roberts. Stay still, stay quiet, I mouthed to her from my hiding place. She looked at me with a still, calm face. She smiled, but had death in her eyes. Instead of hiding, scared in the shadows, she stepped out and with open arms embraced the monster as it began to eat her alive. Thank you, Matthew Roberts. Thank you. And when I think about eating somebody, I'm like, oh my God, you wouldn't imagine it. Sorry, that just blows my mind. This is a poem in the middle of a piece called The Invisible Self. Thank you, Carl, for that. This is by Carl Scharwath. Thank you, Carl. This is The Invisible Self. Early molecular loneliness impregnates. Eyes imbue condescending judgment. City swells beneath footprints. Passages find no haven. Abandoned in yourself, awakening among those forever anonymous. The self becomes visible when coveted the most. Thank you, Carl. That is The Invisible Self. One more. I should say yay, one more. This is a poem by Holly Day, and it is called So Everything is Fine. Love creeps up like a four-legged beast behind you, sneaks up through fog and rips in. It's quiet and it's cold, no breath. Days and months and even years don't heal those bite marks, love. So, good going in, but leaves such an empty space when it's gone. Thank you, Holly. Thank you. And I hope he's going to still record because we're going to be doing a song, I believe. So I really want to have this song done. So I want to actually, in advance, thank John Jacobi for being a phenomenal guitarist. He is. I swear I have to thank him for everything. He takes care of everything for me.
I just get up here and strum, that's good.
And that's all you have, right?
Strumming guitarist.
The strumming guitarist. I asked him, do you think you want to do this one? I haven't done, we haven't been with this in years. I think back in '98, somebody in Boulder, Colorado, Matt asked me, he said, I really want to do this one song. I really want to do it. So I learned it in like 10 minutes. I'm like, let's do it. I really like this song, and I hope you do. And it is by Sinead O'Connor. And It is called Black Boys on Mopeds. Margaret Thatcher on TV, shocked by the deaths that took place in Beijing. It seems strange that she would be offended. The same orders are given by her. And I've said this before now. You said I was childish and you'll say it now. Remember what I told you. If they hated me, then they will hate you. England's not the mythical land of Madame George and Roses. It's a home of police who kill black boys on mopeds. And I love my boy, and that's why I'm leaving. I don't want him to be aware that there's any such thing as grieving. Your mother down at Smithfield, 5 a.m. looking for food for her kids. In her arms she holds 3 cold babies, and the first word that they learned was please. Dangerous days. To say what you feel is to dig your own grave. Remember what I told you. If you were of this world, they would love you. England's not the mythical land of Madame George and Roses. It's a home of police who kill black boys on mopeds. And I love my boy, and that's why I'm leaving. I don't want him to be aware that there's any such thing as grieving. Thank you very much.